Welcome ladies, we're starting with our warm-up. So we've got 4 exercises, 30 seconds each, back to back in 2 sets. So we've got march and arm swings. So here we're going to march tall, swing the arms naturally and loosen through the shoulders.
Feel the heat through my soul. Make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop.
Okay, we're on to body weight squats. So here we're going to sit the hips back, keep the chest proud and drive through the heels.
Make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop. As the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul. Make my body lose control. Feel the heat.
Okay, alternating step back. So here we're going to step back softly, staying upright and gently opening up the hips. Okay, we've got standing knee hugs here. So we're going to pull the knee to the chest. We're going to stand tall and squeeze the supporting glute. Okay, back to the top, so back to our march and arm swings, ladies. Okay, back to our body weight squats. And back into our alternating step backs. Okay, into standing knee hugs, and this is going to be our final warm-up exercise. So next up we're going to be into the main body of our workout, so we're going to need our short band for that. Okay, first up we got banded wall sit. So here we're going to place the band just above the knees, slide down the wall until the thighs are about parallel to the floor, and gently push the knees out into the band while keeping the back flat against the wall and weight through the heels. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we've got our banded lateral walk, which conveniently we need the band in the same place on the legs. Okay, so we're starting with the band just above the knees. We're staying in a slight squat here, and we're stepping sideways while keeping tension on the band.
Feel the heat through my soul. Make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop. As the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul. Make my body.
Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we've got banded squat pulse. So again, we're going to keep that band just above the knees here.
As the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul.
Okay, we've got the band just above the knees here. We are going to hold a squat. So let's make sure that we're keeping the core nice and engaged here.
As the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul. Make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop. As the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul.
Okay, so 15 seconds of rest, and for the next one, we are going to be holding the band for our banded pull apart. So we're going to take it off the legs here.
The music starts to drop.
Okay, so here we are going to hold the band at shoulder height with straight arms and simply pull it apart by squeezing the shoulder blades together.
Lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop. As the music starts to drop.
Okay, we've got 15 seconds of rest, and we're going to set up for our next exercise, which is banded deadlift. So this one, we are going to stand on the middle of the band, so loop it around the shoes. Okay, so we're standing on the middle of the bands. We're going to hold the end in our hands, hinge at the hips and stand tall by squeezing the glutes. Let's make sure that we're maintaining a nice neutral spine throughout. We don't want any back rounding here.
Feel the heat, don't you stop. As the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul. Make my body lose control. Feel the heat.
Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we're into our banded heel raise, which has the exact same setup with the band looped under both feet. Okay, so we've got the band looped under both feet. We're going to hold the ends at our sides and rise onto the toes with control. Okay, you're on to 15 seconds of rest, and then we're into our banded standing row. So again, this is the same setup. Okay, so we've obviously got the band anchored here. We're going to pull the elbows back close to the body and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Again, we really want a nice neutral spine here. Let's brace the core and not allow any back rounding. Okay, nice 15 seconds of rest, but we're going to prep for our next exercise, which is actually performed on the floor. So it's going to be our band floor chest fly. Okay, so here we're going to lie on the back, holding one end of the band in each hand. We're going to keep a soft bend in the elbows and bring your hands together over your chest with control.
Feel the heat through my soul. Make my body lose control. Feel the heat. Don't you stop.
Okay, we have got 15 seconds of rest. We are going to stand up and we're going to take that from the top. So that means starting with our wall sit. So we need to loop that band around the legs, just above the knee again, ladies. Okay, and we are off. Again, aiming for that nice parallel thigh, engaging that core and ensuring the back is nice and flat against the wall.
Feel the heat, don't you stop as the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul, make my body lose control. Feel the heat.
Okay, so we are into 15 seconds of rest and then we are into our banded lateral walk. So again, keeping that same setup with the band just above the knee.
Make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop.
Great, ladies, let's keep these nice and controlled. Let's ensure that we are pulling the belly button to the spine in order to brace the core and maintaining a slight squat position throughout.
Body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop as the music starts to drop.
15 seconds of rest and then we're into our banded squat pulse. Okay, so we're simply pulsing up and down with control. We are keeping that core nice and engaged and we are spreading the knees outward, not inward.
Feel the heat through my soul, make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop as the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my
Okay, 15 seconds of rest and then we're into our banded pull aparts. So again, this one we do not need it on the legs, we're going to hold it hand to hand.
don't you stop as the music starts to drop. Feel the heat through my soul.
Okay, nice and simple, making sure that our arms are at shoulder height. It helps to keep the core and the glutes engaged here for a nice stable base.
As the music starts to drop, feel the heat through my soul, make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop as the music starts to drop.
Lovely, lovely stuff. You've got 15 seconds of rest, but we're going to set up for our next movement, which is our banded deadlift. So this is the first of our loop around the feet ones. Okay, we are focusing on maintaining that nice neutral spine. We are sending the hips backward as if we're trying to close a door behind us, and then we're thrusting the hips forward. We can also think about driving through the heels to bring ourselves back to the top position.
Feel the heat through my soul, make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop.
Okay, 15 seconds, and then we've got our banded heel raise, which again is the exact same setup.
Heat through my soul, make my body lose control. Feel the heat, don't you stop as the music
Okay, and we're off into our banded heel raise, ladies.
don't you stop.
Alrighty, 15 seconds of rest, and then we're into our penultimate exercise, which is our banded standing row. And again, that is the same setup, which is very, very handy. Okay, again, so we're leading with the elbows here and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're maintaining that nice neutral spine and we are bracing the core. Again, let's keep an eye that we don't have any back rounding. Okay, final rest and then our final exercise of the day, which again, we're going to be going down onto the floor for our band floor chest fly, ladies. Okay, in we go. So we've got that soft bend maintained in the elbows. We're going to bring the hands together over the chest with control. Ten seconds left, ladies. You have done phenomenally well today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, reach out with anything at all that you need.